Hey guys, so I just moved within Tokyo. I'm heading to my new apartment. In this video, I'm going to share tips on finding houses in Tokyo if you want a good deal, how to choose where you want to live because every district every ward within Tokyo, they have different reputations. So there are 23 wards in Tokyo, and some of them have better reputation than others. For example, Setagaya, for example, Chuo, for example, Bunkyo. Those are all very highly reputable areas. All right, so we are here. That's the outside. Looks pretty good, right? It's red brick with lots of greenery around it. Yeah, this place is in Setagaya. Now, in terms of price range, Setagaya is it's all right. It's not the most expensive because it's west of Shinjuku, so it's in the outskirts. Not that much in the outskirts, but it's not in the central. And there are a lot of business owners living here because they want quieter life, right? Maybe say they live with their families, so they don't want, always to be always in like the central Tokyo where everything's busy. And I can say, if I say I live in Setagaya and the other business owners also living in Setagaya, then we can connect better. Another thing about this area is that the price it's not that high. If you like, the first time I came to Tokyo, I lived in this area, and I had like a single person's apartment. I had a 1 LDK. It's about 35, 34 square meters, and the price was okay. It was around 800 USD per month. Right now, this place is a slightly higher, but it's not nearly the same as say New York or California. All right, let's go inside. So this place is 35 square meters and it's suitable for one or two people. So this is a newly built in 2025. So you can see everything's brand new. Japanese washlet, very nice. So the tip that I have for finding a good deal if you're looking for a rental place in Japan is look for a newly built apartment like this one. The reason is when the apartment is newly built, the landlord wants to fill it up instantly, right? So what they'll do is in Tokyo, there's a culture of collecting 1 month rental fee as a gratitudinal fee. They call it reikin to say thank you, the landlord, for letting us live here. And this is like a cultural thing passed down for the past like 50, 60 years because Tokyo was really crowded back then. But it is still very crowded. But yeah, it's a culture in Tokyo, pay 1 month of extra rent to the landlord. But when it's newly built, the landlord is the one looking to fill it up really quickly. So they don't charge, or most of them don't charge this gratitude fee. So it's a bit cheaper. And you get this brand new place. Let me tell you guys about Japanese houses. So one thing about houses in Tokyo is that they're really small, right? Because Tokyo, so many people live here. We got what? Almost 40 million. So there's not enough space, which is why when I look for a place, I'm always keen to look for shelves, storage space, how they find creative ways to make storage. For example, here, there's this little dugout where you can put your suitcases, maybe futon, your clothes. Looking at the kitchen, there's this shelf. I can probably, have all kinds of food, spices, kitchenware in here. There's a shelf space here. So you want to look for houses with these shelves, so you can store a lot of stuff like this, right? So with a lot of the Japanese, like the newer Japanese houses, the bathroom is also a a dryer. This is a pole for drying your clothes, and I think it should say somewhere here. Dumbo console. So that's the sign for dryer. For basically a lot of the Japanese washing machines. So, be washing machine here. Japanese washing machines, most of them don't come with dryer, and people, they hang their clothes outside to dry, and sometimes, it's you don't want that. If it's rainy, if it's like dusty, you don't want other people to see it. So, one attachment that they have to Japanese bath. All right, so now I'm going to talk about things to watch out for, like traps, that people often do not see if you're new to this, to finding places in Tokyo. The first thing is noises, right? The sounds. If you're near train stations or train tracks, near the highway, you'll hear lots of traffic sound. This place, we are about 5-minute walk from the station, so we don't have that worry. And in Japan, there's two types of buildings. One, we call it apartment style. They're usually made of wood. All around you, people can probably hear you talk. Maybe they can hear you, take steps. So apartments are usually built with wood. They're like wooden houses, so sound travels more. Now this place, it's not concrete, but it's like fake wall. It's not concrete, but we call it tekkon. It is made with heavy metal. It has some concrete, and I think it has a lot of insulation. Like the floor is wooden, but there's insulation underneath. So that's something, because I know some of you guys like to have parties. Me myself, I often invite friends to have parties. I'm probably gonna be doing a lot of podcasting here. I'm gonna be setting up maybe like around this area sofa, maybe 2 or 3, so I can have a podcast style. I can have like an interview, right? I'm gonna be putting out more YouTube videos from here on. I'm gonna be inviting guests who work or who does something cool in Tokyo. So I want to make sure the place is soundproof. Okay, another thing is insulation. So Japanese houses, especially the older ones, right? The winter, it's really cold, where in the summer Japan is really hot and it's really humid. So you want houses that have those, say, thermal, I don't know what is thermal insulation. Like this place, it has, the window is like 2 layers, like dual layer for heat and for cold, to prevent cold air from traveling in and out. Now, the biggest question you guys probably have for me is, how much is this place? Or how much do properties cost in Tokyo? The number one factor, right? The number one factor of how much a place is priced is the distance from train station and how major that train station is, and also which ward you're in. So there's 23 wards in Tokyo. Some of them have higher reputation, right? The ones with higher reputation, on average, that those areas are more expensive, and also which train stations are in those wards. For example, this place, I am about 5-minute walk from the station, and the station is directly connected to Shinjuku by one train line, three stations, I think. And another thing is that is the quiet neighborhood. It's the Bunkyo. It's the Setagayaku, which is a high-end, one of the higher-end wards. So this place is a bit above average. I got it on a really good deal because it's a newly built place, so they really want to fill it up quickly. And this place cost me about 16, 17 man. And 17 man, what is that? 1200 USD per month. Yeah. Another thing you have to worry about is that even though the rent might be, say, 1200 US dollars, the upfront cost for renting an apartment in Japan is actually quite high. Most of them you have to rent for 2 years. So it's a 2-year contract, right? You can opt out after 1 year, but if you move out before that, you'll get a penalty. Okay, and the upfront cost is not just the 1 month gratuity fee, reikin, but also there is something called shikikin, which is like if you break anything, the skiking will be used to repair. Sometimes you have to pay like a key deposit, and sometimes they charge you because they need to make a new key for you. There's another fire insurance, the fire insurance, the earthquake insurance. So this insurance company, usually those can cost you around 20, 30 to maybe 50,000 yen. So that's what, a couple, $300, $400. And another thing is there's something called hoshougaisha. These are like insurance companies to ensure that you pay your rent. And if you don't pay your rent, this insurance company, hoshougaisha we call them, they will have to pay on your behalf. In my opinion, it's like a scam because you pretty much always pay. Most people pay their rent, and the insurance I have to pay. For example, for this play, I'm paying I think maybe 40%, 30 to 40% of my monthly rent to the insurance company as an upfront fee, and then after that, there's like a monthly fee that I pay just to say yes, I am. Just in case it's this money where it's like in case I failed, in case I run, say in case I go somewhere and disappear, and the insurance company will cover my my rent on my behalf. Okay. And something else about the fee is the agency fee. Now the agency fee is one month. It's in. I'll summarize everything at the end, but you have to pay the agent, so real estate agent. Now, I work as a real estate agent myself, and I collect 1 month rent for finding a property for someone. Yeah, so we're paying that as well. So if I add up everything, right? Say my place is it's like a 17만, so it's 1,200 yen, $1,200. 17만. I'm probably you probably do a times 3 or maybe times 4 even as an upfront cost, right? You have 1 month gratitude fee, 1 month lake skiing, which is like in case you break something. You have the insurance, the fire insurance, the earthquake insurance, and then you also have an insurance where in case you fail to pay your rent. And then there's the key, maybe there's like a cleaning fee. So yeah, the upfront cost is maybe 50만, so that's what, $3,500, $3,600. Now, I got this place on a great deal, like I said, because it's a newly built. They don't charge leaking, so that's already 1 month rent off. And I know how to negotiate with real estate agent because I'm one myself, so I was able to get some discount there. Anyways, so yeah, that's those are some tips for get a good deal on a place. Now, if I were you and you're looking for a place in Japan, I would first look for newly built places. Maybe right now it's 2025, so anything after 2025. Anything within the past 6 months, because those ones the landlord are eager to fill it up. And another thing is seasonal, right? Because most companies or most schools, they start their year in April. So if you're looking for a place around January, February, March, or April, then they're likely to you likely have lots of competition. Everyone's looking for new places. So what I would do instead is I would wait until it's May or June or July. Those are the months where the landlord's like, oh, we missed out on the timing, right? People moving to new places in April, we missed out. We still have these places open. We gotta fill them up. Maybe let's give them a discount, all right? So yeah, that's another tip for finding places at a discount. All right, in my next video, I'm gonna turn this place into a studio. I want to have at least maybe 2 sofa or like one big one, maybe around here, so I can have an interview with my guests. Maybe do some Japanese cooking shows here. Maybe have this like a little quite interesting area. Maybe here I can do like Q&A for my followers. People want to ask about life in Japan, what travel questions in Japan, finding jobs in Japan. Yeah, I think in the next video, I'm gonna go look for furnitures. So yeah.
120円です。ペイペイします。
That's really good. Less than $2. Well, $1.50 because it's 220 yen. $1.50. Anyways, if you guys have any questions about finding property in Tokyo, whether it's for purchase or for rental, leave it in the comments. And I'll see you in the next episode.